Since Hillary Clinton won New York, the arrogance that has come out of her campaign and from her supporters has been overwhelming. So just to give you guys a few examples, Howard Dean said Bernie Sanders' rhetoric is destroying the party. And then Eric Jodkoff, a Democratic consultant for Hillary in 2008, said it's mathematically impossible for Bernie Sanders to win the Democratic nomination, which is untrue. And furthermore, one unnamed Clinton aide allegedly said, quote, "We kicked his ass tonight. I hope this convinces Bernie Sanders to tone it down. And if not, F him." Now, these are just a few examples of the arrogance coming from her side. Now, in spite of the condescension and the relentless smears that have come from her campaign, they still always talk about the need to unite the party. And in fact, Hillary Clinton said she actually thinks that Bernie's younger supporters will coalesce around her come November. So she states, "I think I'll make the case, and from everything I've seen, both personal conversations and research that has been done, just as it was with me when I dropped out, the vast majority of Senator Sanders' young supporters will look at the choice. The choice will be pretty stark if either of the two leading Republican candidates become the nominee, and I'm confident that we'll all join together. I'm sure some will, but most probably won't, Hillary." And this is because, as we've seen with young voters, they don't come out to vote unless they're enthusiastic about the candidate. This was the case in 2008 with Obama. But if they don't want to vote for a candidate or they're not excited about someone, they're not going to think, well, I guess I'm going to have to pick between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. That's not the way that it works. They'll usually just stay home. Now, this may just be anecdotal evidence, but for me, I personally know very few people who will actually vote for Hillary Clinton if she's the nominee, that are younger anyways. And I did a quick poll on Twitter with my viewers, and most will not be willing to vote for Hillary Clinton if she does become the nominee. And this isn't surprising to me. Most people who I talk to are Bernie Sanders through and through. They're Bernie or bust. And this is because many of them weren't even Democrats. Some were independents. Some were even Republicans who have come out to support Bernie Sanders and will not support anyone but Bernie Sanders. Now, there are two main reasons why I think Hillary Clinton will not receive the votes of younger people. I could be wrong, but this is just my reasoning. Now, first, it's because she has no policies that will excite them. And second, she's run a really dirty campaign. She's been incredibly condescending directly to young people, and even Bill Clinton has slandered young people. So when you take these two facts in mind, I just don't think they're going to come out and vote for her. Again, some will, but most won't. Now, again, when it gets to the policies, here's some of the policies that Hillary Clinton has and why we don't want to vote for her. So one, she's not adamant about getting money out of politics. She won't ban super PACs. She voted for the Iraq War. She pushed Obama for intervention in Libya. She wants a Syrian no-fly zone. She doesn't want to legalize marijuana. She only wants a $12 minimum wage. She doesn't support universal health care. She wants to prosecute Edward Snowden. She voted for the Patriot Act and its reauthorization. She doesn't want to break up the big bank. She is in support of the death penalty. She supported the Wall Street bailout. Her stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict is extreme. I mean, there's so many reasons why we don't want to support Hillary Clinton. She has no policy position that is innovative or encouraging or inspiring. Look at her college tuition plan. It's literally the same thing we have right now. You can do work-study programs to get your tuition paid for. It's nothing new that she's proposing. She's just stating that she's going to maintain the status quo. Obama already made it so that way you can't pay more than 10% of your income on your student loans. So she's not proposing anything new, and she expects us to be super excited about her. Now, as for my second point, she ran one of the dirtiest campaigns I've ever seen. She accused Bernie Sanders of being sexist, of being racist, of not being a true Democrat. And furthermore, she said that we don't do our research. We believe Bernie Sanders lies because we don't do our research. No, we've done our research, and that's why we don't support you. And additionally, Bill Clinton recently just suggested that Bernie Sanders supporters are so extreme that we actually want to do violence against Wall Street, which is just a way to paint Bernie Sanders and his supporters as delusional, as extremists. And furthermore, Bill Clinton compared us to the Tea Party. And this has been a consistent theme throughout her campaign. They've effectively done everything that they can to get us to not vote for them. So now all of a sudden that it looks as though she's probably going to clinch the nomination, all of a sudden she wants to play nice? She wants to unite the party? No, thank you. If you want us to vote for you, well, what you're going to need to do is purchase a time machine and go back in time and actually make us trust you. Don't take money from a special interest. Don't give speeches to Goldman Sachs and then refuse to release those transcripts. Now, again, I'm sure some of Bernie Sanders supporters will go over and support Hillary Clinton. But unfortunately for you, it's too late, Hillary. You have run a dirty smear campaign where you smear not just your opponent, but his supporters. And that is it's a politics 101. You don't do that. You don't smear people who you expect to vote for you come November. It's just not a smart tactic. How many times has Bernie Sanders smeared Hillary Clinton's supporters? 0 times. Because he's smart. He knows that if he becomes the nominee, he's going to need their vote in November. So the fact that she actually thinks that people are going to coalesce around her in November, especially younger people who don't come out to vote unless they're excited about candidates, I've got news for you, Hillary. If you want the votes of young people, you have to earn their votes. But unfortunately for you, it's probably too late for that.